so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked.
That'll definitely
Ew.
do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We are live. Welcome to the Dropshot, episode number 37. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. I am joined, as always, by my good friend Tanner. Tanner, say hello to everyone.
What's going on, everybody?
And today, we've got a very fun ep in store for you boys and girls. We're doing a Q&A. So if you wanted to, if you wanted to participate in the Q&A and ask us questions, we answer every fucking question that crosses the Discord. So number one, join the fucking Discord. I'm being told that my Discord link, my Discord invite does not work. If someone is not in the Discord and they click that link, can you tell me if it works for you or not? Because I set that one to permanent, so it should be working. I'm not sure why it wouldn't be, but go ahead, Tanner.
We just had 2 people join the Discord in the last 8 minutes, so I would say it's working fine.
It's working. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. People join all the time. Yeah. So the Discord link works. So join the fucking Discord. And then if you do, you can submit Q&A questions in the Q&A section text channel. You can just ask us whatever the fuck you want. Related to COD, roughly. Doesn't really have to be related to COD. Most of them are. And then we will answer it. We might not answer it in the subsequent Q&A session, but eventually we'll get to it. We always go back to the last question we didn't answer and then go from there. So your question will not be skipped unless it's complete garbage, which there's only been one such question ever submitted. So that's what we're doing today. We've got a bunch of fun questions. So thank you to everyone who's already put in some questions for the Q&A. A couple small announcements, only 2 announcements, in fact, from me. Number one, Dumpster Fire 07. Thank you for the offline sub, young king. You're a true king if you give an offline sub. You don't get any adulation. You don't get any shout outs. You don't get any DJ horns. You're just doing it to support. And listen, Dumpster Fire 07, I appreciate that. So thanks for the offline sub, dude. Also, if you are here live, then you already know this, most of you. But we're going to start doing just chatting streams from like 6:30 Pacific up until 7 Pacific, which is when our normal podcast time is. So basically we're just going to start streaming earlier, and that will allow us to like hang out with you guys more. It's easier for me to respond to chat when I'm not trying to get through an episode. Because when I'm doing the podcast, 98% of people who consume this podcast listen to it on a podcast app, not live. So I have to have those people's, I have to consider those people. They're the vast majority of the consumer base, and they're not here live. So they don't want to hear me just responding to Twitch chat all the time. So when I'm actually doing the podcast, I just can't read all the messages, and so I don't. So the reason we're doing these just chatting streams is so that if you are here live, you can come, say whatever the fuck you want, and we can actually hang out. I'll respond to basically everyone in those times. So if you wanted to do that, we will start doing that definitely every Saturday, and also maybe on most Wednesdays. Probably not every Wednesday, time permitting. Tanner and I usually work on Wednesdays, so it's a little more complicated, but on Saturdays, we're pretty much always from now on going to be just chatting from 6:30 to 7. We might even start doing longer ones, so maybe start at 6:15 or 6. We'll see how it goes, but for now we're going to be doing it just 30 minutes before the pod. Tanner, any announcements for you, young man?
I don't really have any announcements. I just want to thank everybody for the support. We've gotten a ton of Twitter followers lately. I'm one follower away from 200 on Twitch. So if you want to follow me, twitch.tv/Tanner Dropshot, help me at 200.
And
we will be streaming Warzone immediately following this podcast and every Wednesday and Saturday night as well.
And if you type !Tanner, you'll get all of his links. Go follow him on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram.
Yeah, that's it. The support has been insane lately. We appreciate it.
We absolutely do. We absolutely fucking do. All right, I had to update the title. So, okay, great. The Jake Squatch. Oh shit, sorry. No, don't listen to that. Not the right time for the jingle. Jake Squatch. Thank you for the biddies, dude. The 507 biddies. Fuck yeah, dude. I appreciate it, man. Honor and a privilege to have you here, sir. And Pritch with the 1600 biddies. Let's fucking go, boys. Yes. Fantastic, Pritch. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate the support and welcome back. It's great to see you here. Thank you for the bits, Pritch, and Jake, and everyone else. Honored, humbled, and privileged. I love you guys. Damn, Damascus, what's up, dude? Damascus Impaler. How's life, man? It's been a minute. I'm glad to see you here again, brother. Damascus goes way fucking back.
Damascus, I was getting worried. I was just saying to Raz today, I hope one of your many reptiles didn't eat you or something. So I'm glad to see
he literally
you're
said
alive
that.
And well.
He literally said that in our Instagram chat today.
I did.
About you. So, yeah. Oh, Vaping Viking. Oh, oops. Hello. Welcome, Vaping Viking. Hasn't said a fucking word, but he did cheer 10,000 bits. Oh, wow. Wow. That's crazy. Holy shit, Viking. Thank you so much, dude. As always, for the insane support. 10,000 bits. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much, man. I am, of course, honored, humbled, and privileged to have you here. And for the 10,000 fucking bits. Thank you so much, man. I love you, dude. I really appreciate it. And by the way, Viking, we did get your review on iTunes. And we're jumping into that section right now, as a matter of fact. But I'm warning you now, it was a little anomalous. It was a little anomalous. So we will get to it, but I'm just warning you, it was an anomalous review, the likes of which we've never seen before. But I'll show you what I mean. So let's get into the podcast reviews. As a reminder... Oh, shit, sorry. As a reminder, if you do... rate the podcast 5 stars on iTunes, you can write whatever the fuck you want and I'll read it. It literally doesn't matter what you write. If you can make it past Apple's filters for profanity or whatever, such that it gets posted and the review is 5 stars, I'll read it. Don't care what it is. Don't care what it is. So go rate the fucking podcast 5 stars on iTunes and you can... See, people are starting to get creative now, and you're going to see that right now. People are starting to get creative. They're trying to use it for their own purposes, to further their own interests, and that's great. That's exactly what I mean. Write whatever you want, dude. Did you write a novel? Do you want to advertise it? Great. Write a 5-star review on iTunes, and write your fucking ad for your novel, or your fucking script, or your play. What's it called? What's it called? You're a hipster at Starbucks.
Your play.
Screenplay. Screenplay. Yeah. Screenplay. Yeah. So
yeah, he really can't stress it enough. Write literally anything. If it's 5 stars, it's being read live.
Exactly. I don't care what it says. Just rate it 5 stars. Do whatever you want. And you're going to get some good ideas for how you can be creative with this. People are starting to catch on. So let's get into it. First one is from... I don't know what this name is, and you should change it. J. Deschenes 27. I don't know if that's a real name.
What do you mean he should change it? That's probably his last name. That's a last name.
Well, he should change
and
it.
J's is for Jesus Christ.
Wrong. He should change it because I can't read it.
Learn to read.
The title of this review is Just a Console Peasant. I'm just a console peasant. My opinion stops mattering after I give 5 stars. Absolutely correct. Tanner also agrees. But I'm kidding, Jay, kind of. Not real. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You matter as a person. And your taste in podcasts and the fact that you're on console are not correlated. So, thank you, you dumb console peasant, for the analytics. I appreciate it, dude. This one is, again, do OC NWO CIEB change it? Don't know what that says. I don't know what this could even possibly mean. Let me try and pronounce it. Duok Nuoxieb. Change it. 5 stars. Why this is one of the best podcasts out there. So, Segment, you're going to have to answer for your dumb fucking iTunes name right now. My girlfriend didn't make me pull out when I had this playing in the background. Segment 3. Well, that's just fantastic. I've been told more than once that the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast, live every Wednesday and Saturday at 7 p.m. at twitch.tv/Razinon. Follow us on iTunes, on Twitch, join the fucking Discord, is an aphrodisiac. So this is further evidence to that effect. But thank you.
We've been told.
Thank you, Segment, and explain what the fuck is going on with your name here, because it makes me furious. This one is from Second Gear. Love the pod, boys. Hey, I just started playing Warzone, and I love it. I also love listening to you guys discuss Warzone and COD. Keep up the good work, boys. Jonathan. Well, thanks, Jonathan. It's very nice of you, sir. And then this next one is from Bob Jackson 3. The title of this one is Read. Okay. If I couldn't read, I wouldn't be able to read the title of your review, which is Read. So that was redundant. Love the chemistry in this podcast. I listen to everyone. There's 2 people. I am currently saving up money to buy parts to build my first PC. My Venmo is at Ben Vaught. It's worth a shot, kissy face emoji. Now, let me spell that for you guys. His Venmo is at BEN-VOUGHT. This is exactly what I mean. Rate us 5 stars, plug your fucking Venmo and panhandle through the internet. That's fine. Don't care. Just rate it 5 stars and I'll read it. I'll read it. So once again, he's trying to build a PC. His Venmo is at BEN-VOUGHT. So if you want to help a console peasant convert to the PC master race, you can chip in there to this young man's Venmo.
I just sent him $1 on Venmo.
Did you actually?
I said from the Dropshot LLC and sent him $1.
That's fantastic, dude. It worked. It worked. It worked. All right. So this next one. Let me take a sip of water here. What's up, Ad Bruin? We got that question. We're going to get to it today a little bit later. It's on the dock, though, so we will answer that, young man. I promise. This next one is from Magnus Ovlin, also known as the Vaping Viking. The title of this review is a Viking review. Now, when we got this, you guys might be watching this on Twitch. If not, you might be watching it on YouTube, where the video is shown. And you might see the review on the screen. Now, you might be wondering, hey, what the fuck's going on with this review? It looks like Hillary Clinton's emails. Because it's redacted. Because it has redactions. Now, here's the thing. When I opened iTunes today, and I saw the Vaping Vikings review, it just had redactions on it. It's not my fault. There's nothing I can do. I don't know what was redacted. I'm not able to tell from context clues. But it's not my fault, and it's not Tanner's fault, because when we opened the iTunes application and went to the reviews to do this section, and we saw this review, it had redactions. Sorry. So I'm going to do my best. I'm going to read the review. But when there are redactions, I can't read past redactions. So I'm just going to have to read it despite the redactions. There's nothing I can do, and I apologize. So nonetheless, here's the review. The Dropshot is a great podcast with one incredible host and one incredible co-host. They will provide you with some crude humor mixed with all the information you need regarding Call of Duty. Strangely, though, they refuse to report anything on and have stated that they never will. Well, for a first on the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast, enjoy the latest patch notes for the glorious game mode compliments of the Vaping Viking. And then the title of the next section is, and here we go, some patch notes. I don't know what these are about, but again, there are redactions. What do you want me to do? Fix for a bug where a player was stuck in third-person gameplay. Daily challenges are now displayed alongside multiplayer and Warzone challenges. Fixed an issue where unlocking an operator skin in would not unlock the base skin for that operator as well. Fixed a bug where the game would not end correctly if the last player alive, used team revive immediately before dying. And then there's one other section, and it reads, fixed for being able to duplicate the Juggernaut suit munition minigun. Fixed for rare instances of waves not ending properly. Fixed an exploit on St. Petrograd where players could fully hide from soldiers behind a bar. And that is the end of the review. So my theory about these redactions, because it's weird, right? Like,
It's super weird.
it's super weird, right, Tanner? We've never
black
seen
helicopters.
we've never seen
Black helicopters.
an iTunes review with redactions before, right?
Yeah.
This was the first one. This was the first one. So my theory is Vaping Viking was perhaps trying to spill sensitive intelligence on his Sinaloan drug cartel smuggling operation. And his bosses went into his internets, intercepted his iTunes review, and redacted sensitive information before it reached the internet at large. So I must say I did my best. Viking, we did our best to read your review, and thank you for the review. But unfortunately, I'm just not sure what you're talking about because of the redactions. But nonetheless,
I have a theory.
Be real careful.
I have a theory on why it was redacted.
Okay, go ahead, Tanner. I'm all ears.
Because you'd be in jail.
Oh, wow. So nonetheless, Viking, thank you for the review, and thank you everyone for the 5-star reviews. One more time, I'll remind you, go to iTunes, rate the podcast 5 stars, and if you write literally anything, I'll read it. So thank you all for that. And now if you were listening for the jingle, here we go. Oh, Nicomas, by the way. Hell yeah, brother. Thank you for the gifted sub to Young Ad Bruin. You love to see it. 57 subs gifted in this channel. An absolute mad fucking lad, dude. Thank you so much, Nicomas. I appreciate it, dude. And Ad Bruin, welcome back to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. Thank you very much, dude. And Viking, of course, and Pritch and Jake and everyone for the support. Been fucking insane. I appreciate it. All right, so the first section we got is playlist updates. Pretty small one for you guys, and then we are going to get into the Q&A. Get to your guys' questions. So here we go. If you can draw your attention to the screen. Free-to-play Warzone users can experience another multiplayer free access weekend from the 12th to the 15th. So currently, right now, at the time of recording this, if you're a Warzone free-to-play peasant, make sure you crank up your aimbot and go shit on everyone in multiplayer. You can do it for the weekend without losing anything. We also have, let's see, we're going to get to the playlist update now. So we have Gunfight 3v3, which replaces Blueprint Gunfight, because Gunfight's normally 2v2. Adding Weekend Warfare, a mix of maps and game modes. So this is just like kind of small maps. We have Candor, Scrapyard, Hard Hat, Shoot House, shit like that. And then it's like whatever, grind, TDM, kill confirmed, etc. Just kind of a mosh pit thing. And then adding gun game back into the quick play filter. Gun game is where everyone starts with like a pistol. If you get a kill, your gun transforms into a different gun. First person through all of them wins. 15 guns, I think. For Warzone, they removed Blood Money and Plunder. So Plunder is the game mode. You guys know all about it. Blood Money is a Plunder variation. So there's no way to play Plunder or any variation of Plunder right now. but it'll be added back in again very soon. I'm almost positive. BR quads and solos is in its own menu. This is kind of annoying to find, but if you're in the Warzone lobby, scroll all the way down to like one of the bottommost buttons, and it should say like select playlist or something. If you press that, it'll expand another little menu that has solos and quads. So that's how you queue for that. Adding Modern Warfare Gunfight, 3v3 Gunfight, which I mentioned, and then that's pretty much it. Yeah, so that's the playlist update. So keep those things in mind. Oh, there's also a Trench Warfare playlist. So it's 3v3, only the new Gunfight map, Trench, and it's a mix of game modes. It's not Gunfight. It's like Kill Confirmed, Grind, TDM. I don't think Hardpoint. I think it might just be those three. But that's a good way to learn that Gunfight map without having to do Gunfight and like hope that you queue into it. It's a decent map. You haven't played it yet, have you, Tanner?
I have not, no.
It's pretty good, actually. As far as... I think it would be terrible in Gunfight, though. It reminds me a lot of that one World War II map, which I don't remember the name of. I didn't play enough World War II. But there's a World War II map where there's like this one area that is like a bunch of like... It's like a bunch of trenches that go around, but you can also jump on top. So you're like standing above the trenches. It's very similar to that. If anyone remembers the name of that World War II map, let me know, please. So yeah, that's it for playlist updates. Gift Curse! 1,000 fucking biddies, let's go! Thank you, Gift Curse. I'm honored and humbled and privileged, sir, for the support. I appreciate you very much, my king. Thank you, dude. Thank you very much. I like Trench, just played it for my first time. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know how it would play in Gunfight. I feel like it would be kind of fucking annoying. Hiding in a trench at any point would be awful. But it was fun for 3v3. So anyways. All right, so Q&A. Here we go. So our first question is from Low Cap, Aimbotter, Hill Lover. Low Cap and I go way back. So if I treat him with a heavy hand or more harshly, it's only because he's a garbage human being. No, I'm just kidding. It's only because I've known him forever. Do you think the current level of gun customization is the new norm for COD, or will they remove blueprints and go back to only allowing a couple of attachments per gun? Tanner.
We've kind of touched on this before. I would like for it to be the current level of gun customization, but I don't see that happening in Treyarch games from now on. I think this is going to be the new norm for Infinity Ward games, but for Treyarch, I don't think they're going to change their style. You know, Call of Duty has kind of had this whole persona going on for a while where Treyarch makes one style of game, Infinity Ward makes another, etc., etc. So I can't see Treyarch falling into that. Also, Treyarch puts a lot of time into different things like having visibility, having calling cards, having challenges, having prestige modes. So they're spending their time doing that versus busting their nut on gun blueprints and nothing else. So I don't think we're going to see in this Call of Duty. Maybe in the future Treyarch will do something like that, but this has gotten such positive reviews from almost the entire community that I do think Infinity Ward will be doing it this way from here on out.
I pretty much agree with Tanner. I think for future Infinity Ward titles, gun customization of this kind is going to be the new norm. For future Infinity Ward titles. But like next year, for example, with Treyarch, the thing about this level of gun customization, excuse me, is that it does not mix with a pick 10 system. So you can't allow 5 attachments. I mean, you can. You can't. You're not going to have this many attachments with a pick 10 system because people have so few points in their creative class that no one's ever going to be equipping 5 attachments on a gun. That wasn't even possible in Black Ops 4. The most you could do was 4, I think, even if you included an op mod. I don't remember exactly, but but yeah, so I think it's going to be, this will be the new norm for Infinity Ward titles, maybe Raven titles. That's up in the air. Treyarch, I think, is going to continue to do the pick 10 system. And if they do, which I think they will, then they'll never have this level of gun customization. Maybe they will cosmetically, which would be great, but not functionally. No. In a Treyarch game, there will not be 69 attachments. I think an M4 has 67 attachments. There will not be 67 attachments for any single gun in a Treyarch game. So, but I think for Infinity Ward there will be. Next question. Go ahead, Tanner. Were you gonna say something?
I don't have anything to say. No.
I'll keep that in mind. Corey, tier 1 sub. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah, dude. Corey, thank you for the sub, Young King. 2 months in a row. You love to see it. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it.
Also, Lick is saying he subbed a few minutes ago, and he is subbed, and the notification didn't pop up. I didn't see it either.
Oh, that's sad. Well, Lick. Let's fucking go. Thank you for the sub, dude. I appreciate it, brother. I'll give you your shout outs. Thank you for the follow as well, dude. Yeah, that's weird. It didn't show up for me either. Very strange. I think maybe if you refresh, you'll get a share dialogue, and then you could. I don't know though. That's weird, but nonetheless, dude. Thank you, Lick. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate the sub, and Corey as well. Hell fucking yeah, brothers. What's up, Young Douglas? Oh, you're good, dude. You're good. I'm assuming you slept for 36 hours in a row. Silly boy. No, probably not tonight, Doug, because I have to set up the tri-cam thing beforehand, because when I use GridFam, I have to move cameras around and shit. And plus, we're doing Q&A, so we'll have you on soon, but we'll coordinate beforehand, because that way we can get everything set up, and then we can kind of run our notes by you and shit next time. But I hope you're doing well, Young Douglas. And by the way, at Modern Warzone is in the chat. He's extremely popular. I've linked his shit. Go follow him on Twitter, Twitch, and go to his website. You can find his Reddit, which has like 80,000 active members. His Twitter has like 50,000 followers now. He's big. He's a big deal.
He's a big boy.
And if you go to
Young Douglas is a big boy.
modernwarzone.com/donate, you can give him money because he just quit his job. He has a toddler. If you're not a heartless piece of shit, you'll go to that link and give him money. You could also go to his Amazon wish list. He needs a bunch of very small things like some cords. So if you have $10 lying around, you can help Young Douglas out getting a PC to PC stream. It'd be better for everyone. So you can find his Amazon wish list on his Twitch, I believe, as well. Probably his website also. But yeah, for sure, Young Douglas. We will, we'll coordinate with you, brother. So next question. What do you think about mouse and keyboard having little to no recoil to balance out not having aim assist? This is the case in Destiny 2, for example. Tanner.
Is that really the case in Destiny? That's, wow, I had no idea. No, we don't need it. I'm good enough. I don't need to have no recoil to balance that out. And like we've talked about before, aim assist is way more important for console players on Warzone than it is multiplayer. Multiplayer, it's not a big deal at all. On Warzone, it can be, though, at long ranges. I mean, we do still have some advantages, though. I mean, we have field of view, we have higher frame rate, so... I don't think we need anything else, no. That's my humble opinion.
Yeah,
I do get fucked in the ass at range very often to a controller, and every time I yell and I scream that I just got controller aimed, and then I watch the kill cam, and I literally did, where, you know, if it was me, I probably would have missed a few shots. So it sucks at times, but it's worth it because this game would probably be dead on PC if there were no crossplay. So I'll get shit on by aim assist from 400 meters all day if I have to. I would still rather, you know, have people to play with.
Yeah. So Nicomas just said they do not have crossplay. I guess I should mention. Yeah. If that's the case, you don't, then no, you don't have to remove recoil. That's dumb. I mean, that, especially if there's no crossplay, like if everyone in a lobby is on mouse and keyboard, then having little to no recoil, it just lowers the skill ceiling. And by doing that, it kind of lowers the skill gap also. I think it's fine. I mean, even if there's no recoil, there's still going to be vast skill gaps. And there's still going to be a very high skill ceiling because you still have to fucking aim even if there's no recoil. But it's not like necessary. But as far as balance, like if there was crossplay, I still wouldn't like it. Because that's just a weird way to balance. And PC, like Tanner said, already has a lot of advantages over console. It just doesn't have the big advantage of a legal aimbot. But yeah, I don't think it's necessary, but I don't think it's that big of a deal either. Especially if there's no crossplay in Destiny 2. It's like it doesn't matter. It's an even playing field either way, whether or not there is recoil. If everyone is dealing with the same amount of recoil, and not having aim assist, if everyone's on the same plane, that's fine. But I don't know. I mean, dude, a lot of guns in like BO4 had no recoil. You know, that's just the trend in general in first-person shooters these days. Guns used to have a lot more recoil back in the day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and now they have just way less. So in general, there's less recoil, which is fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. I don't think it really matters that much either way. Raz and Tanner should be joining me on my stream later for some Easter egg action. Damn, you have more Easter eggs, young Douglas? Okay.
Dude, you can do Easter eggs for a month straight, probably.
Easter eggs. We're going to be gaming for a while after the pod. But if you're, it depends on when you start and stuff, Doug. We'll be in contact though. We'll be in contact. And if you wanted to get some, what's it called? Games in, young Douglas, then let us know. Cause we'd be down to run as well since we got the Xbox things set up. I'm feeling good tonight and I love these dudes. So time to throw a tweet out shouting out the podcast. Let's fucking go. I'd love to see that. Yeah, thank you, Doug. I appreciate you, man. I really do. Love y'all with your stupid stash emote. Okay.
It's such a good emote.
It's a good emote because it's so silly. I love silly emotes.
Exactly.
It's just silly and childish. All right, let's move on here. RS2494. Are some operator skins harder to kill than others? What are the best skins to use? Is Alice really that cheesy? Tanner.
No, there's no difference in the operator skins. It's been tested. The thin females, the big fat males, there's no difference. They have the same hitbox. So the best skin to use, I guess, I wouldn't say there's a best, but there are some bad ones to use. If you're using Jaeger with the bright red tracksuit, then you're going to be seen a lot easier than using literally any other operator skin in the game. So, I wouldn't say there's a best one. I mean, we're all changing them constantly due to the challenges we have to do for the operator. So I don't just have like a set operator I use that changes constantly. But yeah, just try to keep those neutral colors maybe, and stay away from the bright outfits. Is Alice really that cheesy? I'm not sure. I think Alice is actually probably the only operator I've literally never used. So yeah. Not sure.
Yeah, they all have the same hitbox. So no. There is a best skin to use though. Anything with a ghillie suit. So Gollum, Kruger. No, this is true. I disagree with Tanner strongly if he disagrees with me. It is harder to see people with ghillie suits, especially when they're prone in the tall grass like a tiger in Warzone at 400 meters out. It's a lot harder to see a dude in a ghillie suit than it is to see someone wearing a fucking CDL fucking rocker jersey. That's 100% true. 100% true. So ghillie suit skins are definitely effective, especially for Warzone. They're less effective in multiplayer because there's a lot less like grassy terrain on most multiplayer maps. But for Warzone, especially where the distances are really long, the ghillie suit is genuinely effective in my opinion. It is harder for me to see people with ghillie suits than it is to see someone in a rocker jersey. So I think there is a best skin in that way, but even that though, the difference isn't huge. It's not like necessary, but it can be the difference between someone seeing you and not. So that's how I feel about that. Lick my axe hole with the gifted sub to Juan Solo. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah, dude. Lick, thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother. And Juan Solo, welcome to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community, sir. Kuyan Crazy. Gotta jump into a game. I'll be back later. All right, for sure, dude. Thanks for stopping by, Kuyan, and welcome. Welcome. Buff Bunny 4, also known as the Drop Thought. What's up, you dumb bitch? I'm watching you on my lunch break from my slave labor job. Jesus. Well, okay. I'll keep that in mind. How's it going? How is it going? I looked in the Discord. I didn't see any posts there. So let's use that lunch break wisely, effectively. Let me add on to the slave labor. Go do more labor. You stupid bitch. But thanks for stopping by. I hope you're enjoying your lunch. I hope we're
God,
going
you're so.
okay.
I've never met anybody as toxic as you in my life.
Well, that's how I am, dude. That's how I am. All right, so moving on here. What do we have? Next question. What classic map would you want to see remade for this game? This is from Corey21, Young Tanner.
Easy. Strike in Call of Duty 4 was one of my favorite maps. I think it would play really well in this game too, because it's slightly larger than like Backlot or maps like that. I think it has a good flow, the way it's laid out. That was like a top 3 map in Call of Duty 4 with me, along with Crash and Backlot. So, of course, they don't play as well in this game. It's not necessarily because they ruin them when they remake them. It's just because this game is designed for shit tier players. So it just doesn't play as well as it used to. But
I don't remember
Strike,
the map. Strike. I'll look
it's
it
a
up.
fantastic. Yeah, it's a fantastic.
Keep going
map.
though.
I mean, yeah, that's really all I have to say. That was so many memories on that map. So I would love to bring it back. All of the COD 4 maps for me are just
sniping map, huh?
Yeah, I got some. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah,
So.
This was a good map. This map low-key slapped. Yeah, this is a good map. Yeah, so if we had to stay in Infinity Ward land, then I would say I would want... Shit. Dude, almost all my favorite maps are from fucking Treyarch games, to be honest.
Nuketown.
Firing range, raid, standoff. Strike would be good. I don't know. What other... No, dude, you know what I would want? No, I wouldn't want... I was going to say I would want Estate, because I loved that map. But the visibility in this game is so bad that Estate would be a fucking nightmare. A nightmare. So I wouldn't want Estate. I also really liked Wasteland, which I think was also MW 2. Favela, I think was MW 2.
Yeah.
Great map. None of these would be good in this game, except Favela might be okay. And then what's another one? What's it called? Underpass. Fantastic map. Would be terrible in this game. That's what I mean. That's why all these remakes that should be really fun, like Crash and I don't know what else has been remade.
Vacant.
Hard Hat's pretty good actually. Vacant. Yeah, that's why these maps are all terrible. Because this game is shit and the visibility is shit. So even if you put a good map in this game's problems just ruin the map. But I think of all the maps that I can think of off the cuff, Favela. I would want that one back.
Interesting. Wow. Okay.
If
That's a good map. I wouldn't put it top tier.
If we're doing Infinity Ward maps. If we're including Treyarch maps, I would definitely want to see like Raid, Firing Range, or Nuketown. But that wouldn't be possible. So
Afghan.
Dome?
Yeah.
Fuck Dome. How about that? Lick my axhole. Fuck Dome. I did not like... Did you like Dome, Tanner?
No, I did not. I
Good.
tried to do that before. No,
Yeah.
Dome was not a
sucks.
fun map.
Yeah, you should
I like Dome, but I don't like the map.
You should lick my dick's hole. Lick my axe hole for that dumb fuck. Yeah, that joke is terrible. Go ahead, hit me with it. Okay. Fuck you, buddy. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, Terminal. Terminal would probably play pretty well on this game, actually.
Well, Terminal's coming to this game, so we already know that.
We'll see about that.
Okay.
Chief.
Where's at Modern Warzone when I need him?
Pipeline
It's
and
coming.
Afghan.
It's coming season 5.
I could go... I'd have to pull up a list, but I'm going to stick to Favela for the purposes of this podcast. Monka S, lick my axe hole. Okay. Okay. Do, 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 do. What was I thinking? Okay. Rank these 5 streamers from best to worst based on COD Warzone skill. Okay. Shroud, Swag, Dr. Disrespect, Cloaksy, Nade Shot. Also, where would the 2 of you guys put yourselves in this list? Thanks, be humble. This is from Brutamus in the Discord. Join the fucking Discord if you want to ask us a question. Tanner, go ahead. I'm going to leave the list up for the listeners, so... one.
Yeah, it's kind of a hard question. Shroud, I don't think even plays this game, so it's hard to rank him. But if I had to rank them, Dr. Disrespect 100% would be last. He's not that good. He's funny and he's a fantastic, one of the best streamers on Twitch, but he's not the greatest at video games. He's funny. You're an idiot.
No,
but...
he's great. He's great. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Followed by Dr. Disrespect. Bottom tier, I would say, would probably be Nade Shot. Swag would be third, followed by... I'm just going to base off Shroud's pure gaming ability and put him at number 1, which means Cloakzy's number 2. Cloakzy's really good at all video games he plays. It's kind of hard to gauge like Nade Shot and Swag, though. Because they play on controller.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's hard to judge them. Because I mean, Shroud can literally make way better plays than them just because he plays on mouse and keyboard. He can make those snaps that they physically aren't able to get. You know.
Yeah, it's impossible.
So I would put myself on that list above Dr. Disrespect 100%. I don't know about the rest of them. Again, I was talking to Raz about this the other day. It's hard because these people like Nade Shot, okay, sure, this dude probably has a 4.0 KD in Warzone, but he's also playing 10 hours a day with 3 other guys that are really good, and they all have 4.0 plus KD. So, of course, they're all going to do good. Their KDs are all going to be great because they're winning 15 Warzone matches a day, you know? If I had teammates all day also that had a 4.0 KD, I would also have one. So it's hard to gauge them from that. But I'm not close to Cloakzy or Shroud, I know that. I don't know how to compare myself to controller players, so...
You're probably
Razinon. Razinon would probably be, let's see... dead last.
Hit the wrong button. Hit the buzzer.
That was for Razinon.
That was my buzzer by proxy, so... Hell yeah, Young Douglas. Thanks for the tweet, dude. Okay, so how would I...
Sorry.
You're good. How would I rank these 5 streamers? I haven't watched most of them much. Shroud I've watched, but not really play Warzone. Swag I watch a lot. Cloakzy I watch a little bit. Nade Shot I've never seen him stream once. And then Dr. Disrespect I've seen him stream a little bit of Warzone. Disrespect definitely last. I've never seen Nade Shot, so him 4th. I'll just agree with Tanner, I guess. Swag's probably the best at Warzone because he plays it way more than everyone else on this list. And he's on controller, so he has aim assist. And he's genuinely a good console player. But his Warzone knowledge is higher than everyone else's because he plays it so fucking much. So Swag's probably number 1. I'm going to assume Shroud is number 2 because Shroud was literally a professional first-person shooter player. And the little I've seen of him playing this game, he's fucking disgusting at it because of course he is. That would put Cloakzy 3, Nade Shot 4, Disrespect 5. Where would I put myself in this? 4th. Or no, 5th. Better than no one except Dr. Disrespect. That's where I would put myself. But, you know, again, who knows what that means. So we'll figure it out. Let's move on to the next question here. Steel Switch. Why are we only confined to the blueprints when we are choosing the appearance of our weapon? I should be able to mix the unlocked camo skins and blueprints together. If I want to have an attachment to have the gold camo, which I've unlocked, and the rest of the weapon having the blueprint, that should be doable. You know, I have a lot of questions in this vein for Infinity Ward. Why can't you remove skill-based matchmaking? Why can't the mini-map function as it has for every single iteration of this game except for this game? Why is the visibility fucking garbage? You know, why are there no 3-lane maps? Why is your map design skill so incredibly, fantastically bad? I don't know, dude. I can't answer that for you. So you've raised another good question. This is something you should be able to do, especially since they went into such detail with the Frankensmith gunsmith thing where you can mix and match attachments and all that shit. They should have also been able to do this or unlock that ability, but they didn't. Why didn't they? Don't know. Have no idea. But the decision-making thought process for Infinity Ward has been beyond me for the entire duration of this game. So I don't know, but I agree with you that it should be possible. Now, it would look fucking ugly. Guns would be ugly if you could do this. If you could have like Damascus barrel and then like a gold like sight and then a fucking, I don't know, necropolis, hemophiliac, underbarrel. It would just look like a Picasso painting. It would look disgusting unless you had some taste, and no one playing Call of Duty has taste, right? So then the guns would look terrible. That's the only argument I could make for why they wouldn't allow that, but it's not a sufficiently strong argument to disallow it. So, Tanner, what are your thoughts?
I agree with most of what you said. Basically, what Steele said in the question is how we all thought the Frankensmith was going to be, and it turns out it was another massive letdown. Dude, I was so excited for the Frankensmith for 2.5 months. Since the one dev said it was coming from the time it came out, I thought about it. It was on my mind all the time. I was always excited, and then, of course, it was ruined. My dreams were squashed and destroyed. So, yeah, it would look dumb, but that's what people like, like the skins in BO4 were dope. I like them, and they were dumb. They were reactive. They were stupid, bright colors. And that's what I want. Okay. And that's what I would like on this game.
The worst aesthetic of any game was BO4. Okay.
No, wrong.
Well, anyway, I don't know, Steel. That's the answer. Corey says, do you use Ghost? And if you do, why are you such a cuck? Okay, Tanner, go ahead.
Yes, I use Ghost. There's no other reason to use any other second perk. That's all it needs to be said.
It's really that
You're
simple.
an idiot if you don't use Ghost.
Yeah. Look, Ghost is an overpowered perk. It shouldn't function the way it does. It should function similarly to Black Ops 4, but a little better. It shouldn't in Black Ops 4, if you were sprinting and you had Ghost, you wouldn't appear on the minimap when there was a UAV up. They should have the perk be, if you're moving at all, you won't appear on the minimap. So if you move greater than 5 meters per UAV sweep, then you won't appear on the minimap. But if you're standing still, you will appear on the minimap. That's how it should work. In this game, Ghost works regardless of your movement. You could be corner camping with a 725. If you have Ghost, you will never appear on the minimap. That's overpowered, for sure, which is why we run Ghost, because we like winning. We like winning games. This is particularly true for Warzone, but it's also true for multiplayer. I don't like when my shit teammates feed countless UAVs to the enemy team, and then I get punished because my teammates are shit. I'm not cool with that. So I run Ghost to at least try to counteract that effect. So I'm not a cuck, Corey, 21, and you can suck on my huge white cock. So keep that in mind. Steel Switch. This is a good question. I've been wanting to get to this. Why do squads I run into hate playing hardcore? I am an quote-unquote exclusive hardcore mode player, as I love the quick time to kill. All weapons in the game are deadly, therefore you don't always run into the same loadouts on players, such as M4s and MP7s. I can literally run around a map with what would be weak guns in core mode that turn into 1 to 2 shot kills in hardcore. On the occasion, you do get team killed, but that's part of the game. What do you think of hardcore, and what does it say about my playstyle? Tanner?
I don't like hardcore. I think what it would say about your play style is you're an older gentleman. You're not a teenage boy. You probably play a little bit slower, more passively. You definitely use a personal radar. You run personal radar, UAV, and cruise missile, and you have difficulty getting the cruise missile. Damn. I'm just kidding. I'm sure you're a good player, Steel. But really, the hardcore player base, I feel like it's the older tier of Call of Duty players. They all talk on their mic. They pretend they're playing a realistic
Milsim.
Yeah, they think they're playing Arma 3. So you are right about you don't see people running the same loadouts, but it's literally because I played hardcore to get Damascus because I would go in there with a 0 attachment pistol and kill people across the map in 1 to 2 shots. So it wasn't fun. I thought it was too easy, but it's also just I don't think the hardcore player base, it's not that I don't think, I know the hardcore player base is not as skilled, and I think that's why they play it, because they all are a slower pace gamer. So it's just not fun to me. I don't really know. There's a lot more camping, people sitting in dumb corners. And it's not fun running around getting one tap to a pistol across the map by me. So
Yeah. So, okay. Tanner surprisingly kind of said what I was going to say. Hardcore has a narrower skill gap between players because the time to kill is so fast. What that means is, I'm not saying you're terrible, but I'm saying if a player is terrible, they will do better in hardcore than they will do in core. Why is that? Because aiming does not matter nearly as much. Why is that? Because the time to kill is one bullet. So your aim doesn't have to be that good. This is what we've talked about when we talked about it on numerous episodes. In Black Ops 4, the time to kill is really high. And that widens the skill gap. Because if I have a ton of health, if you need to land 8 shots to kill me, and I have to land 8 shots to kill you, then that means movement becomes really important. Reaction time becomes really important. And most importantly, aim becomes really important. If I only have to hit you once, then I can camp in a corner, wait for you to run by, shoot you in the back with one bullet, and you're dead, and I win. Now, so let's say I'm playing hardcore and Nate Gibson is on the other team, and I corner camp with my MP7, and Nate Gibson runs past me. He doesn't see me. I shoot him in the back once. He's dead. He has no chance. He has no chance. Now, we all know Nate Gibson is 30,000 times better at Call of Duty or any FPS than I am. So that's the hardcore scenario. Now let's take it to the core Black Ops 4 scenario. I'm corner camping with a SOG 9mm, and Nate Gibson runs past me and he doesn't see me, and I start shooting him in the back. He immediately turns on me and fucking destroys me, and I'm dead now. That's the difference between core and hardcore. In core, the better player will win a gunfight far more often than they will in hardcore. Because in core, you have to land more shots to get a kill, which means your movement, your positioning, and your aim are way more important in core than in hardcore, because you have to land more shots. So in hardcore, you can just surprise people. You don't have to ADS ever in hardcore, really. You can just use like a 5 milliwatt and a Merc foregrip and then run around only hip firing. And you can get all of your kills reliably that way, especially if you're using something like with a really high fire rate, like an MP7. So that's why we like core better, because it rewards players for having a lot of skill more. And that's why I like the time to kill better in Black Ops 4, because again, the higher the time to kill, the more you can separate players who are more skilled from less skilled players. And that's the point of a video game. You want your skill at the game to correlate with how well you do. And in hardcore, that is drastically compressed. So what does it say about you? I don't know. I don't know you. I mean, some people like it for the realism LARPing aspect. Some people like it because they do better in hardcore because, yeah, like Tanner said, maybe their reaction time isn't quite as good. Maybe their aim isn't quite as good. I don't know. I haven't played enough hardcore to get a sense for the hardcore player base and why they play it. The only thing I do know is that the skill gap between players in hardcore is a lot smaller. So my theory is that people play hardcore usually, not always, and I'm not saying this about you personally, but usually because they are below average and they want to do better. And if you're below average, you'll do better in hardcore than you will in core. That's what I think. And what does it say about your play style as an addendum? It says that you like to play slow, 100%. I can almost guarantee that. You hold sight lines. You like to mount. the mount keybind on your controller or keyboard is worn down. You can't even see what the character is on that key anymore. I'm just kidding. But yeah, you probably play slow, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with any of that, but that's our assessment on hardcore. So let's see. Let me catch up on chat here real quick. Hardcore used to have very large lobby pools on the older CODs. Interesting. I didn't know that. Like I said, I've never played hardcore except to do like pistol challenges. Syken, I have a buddy who only plays hardcore and swears it's harder. Fuck hardcore. It's made for bad players. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's harder. I would say it's different. I mean, like Tanner was saying, dude, when I was leveling pistols, I was playing Shipment 24/7 with a pistol in hardcore. It was fucking a blast. It was so fun. And it was not very hard, by the way. I was fucking destroying kids with a pistol. Especially with a really high fire rate pistol. You only have to land one shot anyway, so it's just blat, 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 blat. It's a blast. It's a blast. And if you can aim in hardcore, you're still going to do better than people that can't aim. But, you know, it shrinks the skill gap a little more. So, all right. That's true too, Damascus. Hardcore effectively makes it a more even playing field between console and PC players. Probably. It actually probably gives the advantage to PC players. I think PC players have a much bigger advantage in hardcore than they do in core. Because if I'm on PC and I don't have to aim because I can just hip fire and kill you, I can just turn up my sensitivity to 15, turn my DPI to 2000, and just fucking autism my way through a lobby, just spraying the entire time. And you're going to be dead because I can turn 270 degrees on you before your stupid joystick thumb bullshit movement can even think about getting to me. So I think it's an even bigger advantage for PC in hardcore. But let's move on. Oh, wait, Steel Switch, the author of this question. You have me pegged. I'm a much older player than normal. Yeah. Like we said, dude, there's nothing wrong with any of that assessment. It's just the way we see it. And we haven't played much hardcore, but I think we kind of have the right idea. So interesting. Good question, though. That was a really good question. I enjoyed that. So let's move on. Unpure Pepsi. What's the best attachments for the MP5? Me and my boys are playing Warzone tonight. Sorry. And wanted to know 10 days ago. And wanted to know so I can melt kids. Tanner, what do you run?
MP5. Monolithic integral. 5 milliwatt laser. 45 round mag, stippled grip, and Merc foregrip.
It's exactly
that is the
what
MP5
I run.
setup.
That is exactly what I run as well.
Because I got it from you. By the way, I did answer that question for him last week in a different chat when he asked, so he knew. But
okay.
But this is for the pod. That's a fantastic MP5 setup. Great for multiplayer and Warzone both. You don't have to change a goddamn thing.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the best setup for the MP5 for Warzone and for multiplayer. A lot of people really like the FTAC collapsible stock. It's like a no stock basically for the MP5. It makes your ADS speed insane and your movement speed insane and your strafe speed insane, but it ruins your recoil control. Doesn't ruin it, but it makes it a lot worse. That's why I never run it. ADS is fast enough for me, even in multiplayer without that, so I don't run it. The setup that Tanner just said, it gives you max hip fire accuracy so that I can dick you around while I'm using stim shot. I can't ADS while I'm stim shotting. So while I'm stim shotting, if I have a Merc foregrip and a 5 milliwatt laser, my hip fire accuracy is as high as it can possibly get. So I can like laser this dude. He tagged me. I stim. Some other kid runs around the corner. I snap on him, and because I have max hip fire accuracy, I can very reliably mid-stim fuck that dude's ass too. And then we also run stippled and 5 milliwatt. That also makes you max sprint to fire speed. And if you're using an SMG, you should be running and gunning. Otherwise, you're a piece of garbage. And so having max sprint to fire speed is the whole point of an SMG. So we have that as well. So that's why we do that. Jake Down with the fucking biddies. 500 biddies. Let's fucking go. And a gifted sub to Young Steel Switch. Let's fucking go. Or not so young Steel Switch, but that's all right. Boomer Steel Switch. Boomer Switch. Welcome to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community, Steel Switch. Thank you for the question. That was a very good question. That was one of the best questions we got, I think. And also, yeah, welcome, dude. Join the fucking Discord, which you're already in because you asked the question. But thank you. Link your Discord and your Twitch, by the way. Czar, thank you so much for the gifted sub. I appreciate you, dude. Jake, for the fucking biddies. Thank all of you. Boish, much obliged. Speaking of young Jake down, a question. Since y'all pretty much answered my question about remastering old maps in the last pod, I'll ask another. Best roughly $100 purchase you've made recently, or any cool tech/gear you guys really like? Tanner.
I don't really buy a lot of stuff, but the only thing that... Really? Okay.
You buy a lot of shit.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Not tech stuff. The only thing I've bought recently that's within that price range, honestly, is the Stream Deck, and that was definitely worth it. I also didn't buy it, though. It was a gift, so... but that's at $150. If you're a streamer, definitely recommend it. It's almost a necessity.
Yeah, Stream
especially
Decks
if you're
great.
on... I feel like it's more important if you're on a single PC setup like myself. Maybe dual PC wouldn't be as important, but still, it's a fantastic thing to have. Switch between scenes, do this. So you can do a lot with it, and I highly recommend it. Yeah, I don't really buy a lot of tech gear. The next tech/gear I'll be buying is the next NVIDIA graphics card whenever that comes out, but that's
going to be a little more than $100, right?
It's going to be about 10 times that amount. Yeah.
Roughly. Yeah. So, yeah. Stream Deck's a good one. Stream Deck's a good one. I bought this light sign for exactly $100.
Thanks, Doug.
I
Tried to show it to him and knocked it over.
Get shit on. I wouldn't recommend this to anyone unless you run the hottest up-and-coming podcast in gaming, which none of you do. But if you are a streamer in that vein, you can get a light sign like this, and you can get whatever you want on it. They 3D print this on glass, and then the light comes up from the base. And then you can also change the color to whatever the fuck you want. You can change the brightness. You can have it alternate. It's very cool. I liked it. This was exactly $100 too. So that would be what I would recommend if you're like a streamer or something. And that was, yeah, that's probably what I would say. It's very fucking cool. It's cool for the hottest up and coming podcast in gaming also, for sure. All right. So what's our next question here? From Steel Switch. Does the C4 throwing distance need a nerf? I see so many times players mollywopping C4 so far as if they were in center field throwing to the cutoff man between second and third. Baseball. That needs to be taken down a peg or two. Tanner.
No. The C4 is fine. No. Okay. It doesn't need to be nerfed. I like using it, so don't nerf it. That's all I can say about it. Technically, you probably can throw it super far, but if you're running EOD, you're never going to die to it anyways, which pisses me off. So if you don't like getting killed by C4, just run EOD and you won't. So no, it's fine. The
Stream Deck is $100 at retail. It's probably inflated right now. That's probably why Tanner had to pay $150, because all electronics are inflated because of all the COVID shit. But normally the Stream Deck's $100. Unless you get like the big one, XL, that one's more expensive. But that one's fucking dope. And then this was also $100. And that's still $100 because that's like I bought it on Etsy. If you're interested in the light sign, I would have to find out where I bought it from, which I could do easily. So message me on Discord or just ask me on Discord. Just tag me and I'll find it for you guys if anyone's interested. They're nice people too. Whoever made it for me. They're just like some guy and his girlfriend. Does the C4 throwing distance need a nerf? No, not even fucking close. You can throw it far, kind of. But first of all, you can't throw it nearly as far as you can throw a Semtex or a stun or a frag or a snapshot or a gas grenade. You can't throw it farther than it is the least mobile, lethal, or equipment in the entire game. So we'll start there. And also, if you want to throw it really far, it's kind of hard to be accurate. It's more difficult to be accurate than it is with like a Semtex. And you have to have some technique. Like the reason people can throw it pretty far is you have to literally run, jump, and throw it at the apex of your jump. It's not as simple as just pressing the button as if you have a Semtex and just fucking Brett Favring it. So no, it doesn't need a nerf. I think the distance is totally fine as it is, in my opinion. And the blast radius is really small. It's really powerful, but really small. So you have to be accurate, and over a long distance, it's hard to be accurate throwing a C4. So I think it's pretty much perfectly, I don't know about perfectly balanced, because it's definitely better than every other lethal, but it's balanced. It's sufficiently balanced, I think. And by the way, if for anyone listening who doesn't use C4, if you throw the C4 and then you double tap the use button, whatever button you use to pick up a weapon, throw your C4, double tap that button quickly, and it'll auto detonate. You don't have to pull out the trigger. That's how you use a C4 to maximum effect. So this isn't about Gaypex, Douglas. There's C4s in Call of Duty. Hey, don't you run a fucking website about Call of Duty, young Douglas? You should know that there are C4s, sir. Monka S. You have to leave the M uncapital. There you go. All right, next question. This one is from Console Peasant. Love the name. What are your thoughts on keyboard and mouse on console? Young Tanner.
I don't even want to answer this question because I have absolutely nothing to say about it.
Nothing to say, huh?
Why? That's my only question is why.
Okay, I'll take it.
You're getting the worst of both worlds, so.
I'll take it. So, first of all, you're absolutely getting the worst of both worlds. The only reason you should use a keyboard and mouse on console is if your PC is in the mail and you want to practice using keyboard and mouse before your PC gets here. But if you're switching from a controller to keyboard and mouse on your console because you think you might do better, you're wrong. You're 1,000% wrong. Keyboard and mouse, you lose aim assist, and on console, you're also locked at a shit FOV, shit refresh rate, shit frame rate. There's no reason to do it if you're trying to do well. The only possible reason you should use a keyboard and mouse on console is to practice using a keyboard and mouse for when your PC arrives to your home. That is the only reason you should ever be doing that. But you're not going to do better than a controller on console. That is the only advantage console has over PC is aim assist, and you don't get that with keyboard and mouse. So plug your fucking controller back in, Console Peasant. That's his name, by the way. That's why I said that. So let's keep that in mind. All right, next one up. Riel B. I have a question for you guys. If you're still doing the Q&A, we are. What do you guys think is the best opportunity taken by this COD and the worst missed opportunity? Very interesting question, Tanner.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I need to think about this for a second.
Monka, think?
You answer it first.
Okay. Okay, retard bitch. I'll answer it first.
Into this one.
The best opportunity taken by this COD is the gunsmith. 1,000%. I think the gunsmith is really well done. All the attachments are very impactful, and they have very serious pros and cons, and it's also pretty well balanced. And it's for every gun, there isn't like a cookie cutter 5 attachment setup. There kind of is, but not really. Like there is a cookie cutter M4 setup, but you can make a really good M4 for ground war that's going to look different than a really cookie cutter M4 for Ramaza 6s. So I think the gunsmith is the best opportunity taken by this COD, far and away. The worst missed opportunity. Well, their opportunities were endless. So I think the worst missed opportunity really just translates to the worst design decision made by this game. It's a toss-up between terrible visibility, shit maps, and skill-based matchmaking. It's really very close between those three. I would say the fact that they implemented skill-based matchmaking, they shouldn't have. That's probably the worst thing they did with respect to this game. So, Tanner, are you about ready? Stupid retard.
So I think, okay. I think mine are both Warzone related. So the best opportunity taken was the release of Warzone in general. It's been huge for them. I shit on it when it first came out. I said it was going to be dead in a few months. Well, I was wrong. It's a complete opposite. Multiplayer is dead.
True.
So that's been the best opportunity. They've done a good job at it. They did a great job at first.
That's a fair answer.
But the worst missed opportunity they've had is the lack of updates. It's become insanely stale. They've hardly changed anything. We want the map changes so badly. They teased us saying the shit about Fortnite. Like, oh, we're going to do Fortnite events. Hey, Warzone's been out for what, 3 months now? You haven't changed a goddamn thing. At Modern Warzone, Young Douglas, as they found, there's a bunch of things happening with the bunkers underneath the maps. We keep expecting something to come, and it doesn't come. So what are the devs doing? They are missing all these opportunities. So yeah, 50 versus 50 is an event.
That's a Keck W for sure.
Keck W's in the chat for low cap. So that's what they've entirely missed the mark on, is the lack of updates. But it's getting good traction though, because all the big streamers this past, or actually since the new season came out, so what, 3 days ago, whatever it was, I've seen a bunch of them say that Call of Duty is really missing the mark right now. The game's stale. There needs to be an update. You know, they have a fun time playing it, but something needs to change. And so that usually is kind of what kicks the developers into their groove somewhat, is they see that, they know they're taking a lot of flack, and I think eventually they'll make a change. But I can't fathom how there's been virtually no map changes. Like, what are they doing? After they talked about Fortnite and acted like they were going to do something. Hey, Fortnite had map changes every fucking week. So what are you guys doing? Don't ever compare that again. That guy should be fired who said that, because he obviously had no clue what he was talking about.
True.
Pissing me off. So
okay. Yeah.
That's my answer.
Okay. Yeah. The terrible patch notes. Hey, you guys have an opportunity to write correct patch notes, which you've missed every single patch. There's another pretty badly missed opportunity. Fuck this game. How about that? All right. So our next question, Edge Conquest. I got a good question for you guys. Okay. Do you think part of the issues with this COD and all the recent is the devs trying to cater to the older fans that have been around forever and these younger players that are used to different styles? Very interesting question, Tanner.
Trying to cater to the fans. Well, they're not catering to the fans that have been around for a while, because they've completely changed some of the core game mechanics, like the mini map and whatnot. So they're not catering to the older fans, I don't think. I mean, they pretend like they are, but changing a core game type that's been in, or a core part. Yeah, mechanic, that's what I was looking for. That has been in every other Call of Duty. Well, yeah, you're not catering to the older player base. I don't know, dude. It's just everything relates back to the visibility and the minimap, basically.
Yeah.
And that's what we said the first week this game came out. We knew it was going to be all about that, and it has been. That the minimap, I think people have forgotten how much that changes people's play style.
That makes it so campy.
Yeah, it would be a
campy.
completely different game. So,
yeah. So Edge Conquest. I object to the framing of this question, as Tanner did, rightfully. They aren't catering to the older fans in any fucking way. In what way are they catering to older fans? They did away with 3-lane maps, which is what every other Call of Duty had, almost exclusively. They did away with the traditional minimap for the first time ever. So that's a big fuck you to older fans. What else did they do? They added skill-based matchmaking, which is perhaps the biggest fuck you to older fans, because older fans got really good at this game, and then they would fucking shit on most of their lobby most of the time. Now they never do. Because of skill-based matchmaking, all the older fans are put in a lobby with each other where they have to use meta guns only or they get their shit fucking reamed. So in no way, shape, or form have they catered to older fans in any way. So that's just not true. The only way they could be perhaps catering to older fans is by the campaign, introducing older characters, don't care, or by re-releasing old maps, which is kind of catering to older fans, but that wouldn't be at the cost of younger players. Because if you're a younger player, then a remastered map won't matter to you because you never played the remastered map before, so it's effectively a new map to you. So the framing of this question, I think, is all wrong. I'm curious what you think these devs have done to try to cater to older fans. That's what I would say. So yeah, I don't even know what this question really means. So Edge Conquest, if you wanted to slide into the Discord and elaborate on your point, maybe frame it as a question, we can hit it again in the next Q&A. You don't have to, you can just tell us what you meant, or you can just not do any of that and whatever, tell us to go fuck ourselves. Those are all fine. Those are all fine. But I object to the framing of this question. So, Bromigo22, good question here. Treyarch or iDub, and why? Tanner.
Oh, wow. Treyarch for the maps, the visibility, the movement speed. I don't know the right word for it, but you know, like the calling cards, the emblems, everything like that is much better. Infinity Ward, better weaponry. I think better shooting mechanics.
Gunplay.
Yeah, better gunplay. Treyarch has better movement, but Infinity Ward has better gunplay. More exciting guns to use. I think there's a wider range. You know, if you're going for the realistic aspect, which a lot of these people like, you know, you can set your gun up to look very realistic compared to how you could in real life versus Treyarch, obviously. So I don't know. It's a toss-up. They both have pluses. They both have negatives. This game hasn't been the best example, though. Previous Infinity Ward games were much better than this one. So I am excited for Treyarch's 2020 game because of prestige system and everything else that they do very correctly every year. All their challenge system is fantastic. So much better than what this game has. So I'm excited to be able to grind all of that. But you know, this has been a good game for the most part. We shit on it, but I play it a lot.
It's still our favorite game, even though it's terrible.
Yeah, the gunsmith has essentially completely saved this game, is what it comes down to. So
yeah, the analogy I use for Modern Warfare 2019 is the Star Wars analogy. Let me explain. Probably a lot of Star Wars fans listening, because Star Wars is a good franchise. So when we look at episode 6 of the original trilogy in Star Wars, right? By Star Wars original trilogy standards, episode 6 was a shit movie. It was worse than episode 4 by a lot. It was far worse than episode 5, because that's the best Star Wars movie ever made. The Empire Strikes Back. Watch a movie. Watch a good movie. I'm furious that Tanner disagrees with that arrangement. It's episode 5, then 4, then 6, easily. So here, let me continue the analogy before Tanner interrupts with his dumb fucking soundboard and his dumb opinions. So, by Star Wars original trilogy standards, episode 6 is garbage. The plot is garbage. It's way too Pollyanna. Read a book. It's way too happy-go-lucky. Everything's great. It's terrible. But by movie standards, comparing episode 6 to any other movie, episode 6 is an amazing movie. Really fucking good. It's a great movie by movie criteria, but by Star Wars criteria, it's a bad movie. That's exactly how I feel about Modern Warfare 2019 Game of the Year edition. By video game standards, it's a fucking great game. That's why I do a podcast about it. That's why it's the only game I play. That's why I've dumped countless hours into the game. I love Modern Warfare 2019 by video game standards. By Call of Duty standards, this game is fucking awful. Shit. It's a shit game. It's a shit game. The only thing it got right, really, was the gunplay, the gunsmith, and the weapon balance. I think they did those three things exceptionally well this year. They did nothing else well. Nothing else was done well. The maps were done terribly. Skill-based matchmaking is a fucking travesty. What else do we have? The map design is, I mean, it boggles the mind. Go play Grozna Raid and then come tell me the maps are good and then suck my cock if you think they are. The visibility is the worst I've ever seen, ever. In any first-person shooter ever, the visibility is complete garbage. But nonetheless, so by Call of Duty standards, it's terrible. By video game standards, it's fantastic. So when we're talking about Treyarch versus Infinity Ward, I agree with Tanner that MW 2019 Game of the Year edition is an anomaly, and you shouldn't really. You should use it to compare the two development teams, but I think a lot of the, not all of the problems, but a lot of the problems with this game are Activision's fault and not Infinity Ward's fault. The visibility is not Activision's fault. The map design there's evidence that the map design is partially or almost entirely Activision's fault, but the visibility isn't, and that's a huge fucking problem. I think the minimap is probably Infinity Ward's fault also, but skill-based matchmaking and the map design, Activision has a hand or the only hand in those things. So Infinity Ward, I agree with Tanner about almost everything he said. Gunplay is better but in Infinity Ward games. Weapons in general, better in Infinity Ward games. Weapon balance, better in Infinity Ward games. Treyarch, the aesthetic in Infinity Ward games, way better. I don't like the fucking Fortnite aesthetic that Treyarch likes to use, especially in BO4. Fucking so dumb. The diamond camos were fucking just garish. Fucking
I like it.
Gross, ugly, tacky, dumb, colorful, vibrant, just aesthetic. I hated it. The bunny suit that Firebreak had, that operator skin, suck my dick.
That was dumb, yeah.
So dumb. And there were a million examples of that. Just awful. Awful aesthetic in Treyarch games. But Treyarch did a lot of things right. Maps, way better in Treyarch games. My top 10 maps are probably all Treyarch maps, maybe 9 of them. All the bangers that you can list off the top of your head are from the Black Ops series. They're all from Treyarch games. What else did Treyarch do better? I don't agree with Tanner about movement. I think the movement is really good in both of them. I think Treyarch introduced the sliding mechanic, but Infinity Ward uses it too now, so I think it's kind of a toss-up as far as movement is concerned. The visibility...
I like the quicker movement.
That's fair. That's fair. But I think the movement was really even except for this game. Like, sprint out time definitely goes to BO4 over Modern Warfare, and you could call that movement. But I'm not sure that you could say... I'm not sure you could lay that at the feet of the development team as much as you could this being an anomaly. One thing I will say, though, Infinity Ward has never done fucking operators. And operators are terrible. Terrible. So Treyarch definitely gets a hit to its reputation over Infinity Ward because they've done operators for a while now. And that's so dumb in a first-person shooter. So overall, if I had to pick, I would still pick Treyarch. Because I like being able to see people, I like a functioning minimap, and I like having gung-ho, which means good sprint out time, which encourages moving around the map and discourages camping. And Treyarch also has a working minimap in every one of its titles, which again encourages moving around and discourages camping. Or at least doesn't encourage camping. So, next one here. Stream is sus tonight, boys. Do you mean my connection, or do you mean the content? I'm curious what you mean, Dubfire, but welcome. Beast and Bruise. Considering Black Ops' constant near-future approach to games, do you think they'll be using that style with the Cold War rumored style of 2020? And if so, will it be in the vein of sci-fi research that was going on in that era? Tanner.
Well, I know exactly nothing about the sci-fi research going on in that era, so I would assume, though, I mean, it's not suddenly just going to change to an actual Vietnam Cold War game, you know? So it's going to be something somewhat futuristic, like you're saying, in that era. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything that went on then. Don't care. So Raz can answer that one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yes. I think it's going to be I think Beast, you hit the nail on the head. It's going to be just like fucking Black Ops 2 campaign was. It's like it takes place in that kind of era in the past, but it also had these weird conspiracy like futuristic-y elements, like with the brainwashing, the numbers, all that kind of shit that's like sci-fi, exactly like you said, sci-fi. I mean, Manchurian Candidate shit, despite Alex Jones's opinion,
Black helicopters.
that's largely in the realm of science fiction. So I think it's going to be exactly like that, Beast and Bruce. I think what you're alluding to here, Macedonicus, pay attention, read a book. I think what you're alluding to here is exactly what is going to be the case for this title, even if it is in Vietnam era. I think there's still going to be those weird, like, sci-fi doesn't comport with historical reality elements in the game. So, yeah. Connection is sus. Content's always fire. Thank you, Dubfire. I appreciate you, dude. Well, that's why I record it. The podcast version will, of course, be of the utmost quality. So, one more question here. Any tips for your average gamer 1.02 KD in the case of JPritch6 to push them up to the next level? Tanner.
Well, JPritch6, skill-based matchmaking exists, so you're never going to get better because you're always going to play people of the same exact level as you.
If you get better, you're going to get pushed up a skill-based bracket and then just get fucking reamed down. Just shoved underwater like some bully that's 2 grades older than you is trying to drown you at the community swimming pool. Sorry, go on.
Okay. No, you're... find a mouse sensitivity that you're comfortable with. And
we don't know if
it.
he's on console or PC.
Oh. Yeah, I can't answer that question at all.
Pritch is in the chat.
Pritch, what are you on?
Pritch, thank you for the 1,500 biddies. Let's fucking go. I'll answer in both cases, but Pritch, let us know what you're on so that we can target you a little more specifically. But go ahead, Tanner. Okay, let's assume he's a console player. How would he improve?
Well, to start with, playing nonstop will help you. I don't know how to improve on console, to be honest. There's a lot of things I feel like you can do on PC with even settings and whatnot that can help you improve. For console, run Ghost. How about that? Use a good gun. Don't go for Damascus.
Yeah.
Honestly, one big thing I think people should do is... oh, you know I'm a console cunt. Okay. Use stim shot. I think that helps quite a bit. There's no reason to run any other tech like that. I think you should be running stim shot. But I don't really know how you improve on console. Like, there's a ton of things I can do on PC that I know of that can help myself, but I'm like, how, like aiming wise, I genuinely don't know how to improve on console.
Let's move to PC. Let's for the listener, an average PC gamer, how do they push themselves to the next level?
Settings, have a wider field of view, find a mouse sensitivity you like. I prefer playing on a lower sensitivity. I think I can dial in my aim a lot better than playing high sense. I know a lot of people are the opposite now. Low sense used to be the way to go with, Counter-Strike being so popular and everything. Everybody had to drag their mouse literally a whole foot to move 90 degrees. But it's kind of gotten quicker now, but find a sensitivity you like and stick with it. I prefer a little bit lower. Don't watch these YouTube videos and see, swag or these people using gun setups with a title. This is the best. This is overpowered, whatever.
That's every video, by the way.
It's all just bait. So don't listen to that. Pretty much all the guns are set up like the same way. You use a suppressor, you use the longest barrel, you use stippled, you use, something like
extended
no stock.
mags.
Yeah, extended mag. So they're all very similar. And yeah, I don't know, dude. Those are my biggest tips right there.
Yeah. So, okay, this is a great question. And this is how I've improved in every game. The biggest tip I would say is, so you're on in Jay Pritch's case. So we'll start with console. In Jay Pritch's case, he's on console, and he's about an average player. 1.0 KD, 1.02 KD is about the definition of average. So he's an average player, and he wants to get better. What you do is you go follow the best console Call of Duty players that exist on Twitch and watch them a lot. When you're eating dinner, instead of watching Netflix, go watch Swag. Go watch Scump. Go watch, what's the other dude? What's Scump's teammate? The guy that's boring, but supposedly good at this game. I don't respect console players, so. Formal.
Formal, yeah.
Yeah, so go watch, sorry, Formal, if you're listening, I'm sure you
Nick
are.
Merckx.
What? Yeah, Nick. Okay, whatever. So go follow these. I'm also kidding. There's obviously skill on console. It's just a different type of skill, I think. Go follow all of them on Twitch and watch them when you eat dinner. Watch them when you wake up. Don't watch Netflix. If you consume the content of people playing the game live who are really good, you don't have to take notes or do anything like that. Through osmosis, if you're watching them a lot, you're gonna figure out the things that they do and their little micro habits that aren't going to be written down in a guide anywhere, and then emulate those things. So one example for me is Nate Gibson. He's an insanely good PC player. So, Steel Switch, I don't know console players. Those are like the only 3 console players I know. That's why I mentioned them. So I'm sure there's a bunch of other good ones. That's what I'm saying. And by the way, if you can't watch them live, follow them on Twitch anyway. And then when you're eating dinner, go to their VODs, their past broadcasts, and watch those. It's fine. You have no excuse not to. What was I going to say? Yeah, so in my case, like I follow Nate Gibson, for example. And one of the and I watch him all the time because I genuinely enjoy it, but also I want to get better. So I never got here with a fucking pen and paper. I wasn't taking notes. I wasn't making PowerPoints. I was just watching it. But one of the things I learned from him, for example, this is one of many little habits that you can pick up through watching people play a bunch, is that he'll be mid gunfight, and if he runs out of ammo on his primary and there's still 8 people in front of him, he'll just pick up whatever the fuck is on the floor and then keep shooting with that. Instead of trying to run into another room and reload, instead of switching to his secondary, he'll just pick up whatever this fucking last dude dropped. He won't even look at the gun. He'll instantly pick it up and then continue fighting. Because 95% of the time, it's going to have ammo in the magazine, and it's going to be a pretty good gun. And then he's going to pick that up and keep fragging. So I would have never learned that by reading a guide on how to improve in Call of Duty. Never would have happened. I wouldn't have seen it in some YouTube fucking video like top 5 ways to get better at Call of Duty multiplayer. Never would have happened. But from watching an insanely good player play their game in a live broadcast setting where they're not trying to create content, but they're just being themselves, you'll pick up on little things like that. So once again, that's one example, but there are a bunch of other things I learned from watching Nate Gibson or Syrian or the gaming definition that you can learn just through osmosis. You don't have to try. Just watch the content enough and you'll get it. And then just emulate that. Start making a conscious effort next time you play. Hey, I noticed Formal did this thing 10 times in a row in this situation. I don't do that. Maybe I should start doing it. Yeah, maybe you should. That's one of the many reasons that he's better than you. So that's what I would do. And then also, in the case of console, pick your favorite console peasant, copy every single setting he has. Copy his audio preset mix, boost high or whatever the fuck it is. Copy his dead zone setting. Copy his fucking sensitivity. Copy his field of view. He can't change it. Copy his ADS behavior, independent or affected. Copy everything and then get used to it. Because if he's a really good console player, his settings are correct. So you're going to copy all the settings all at once. Don't ease into it. Do it all at the same time. And then you're going to be uncomfortable with the settings for 2 days. And then you're going to start getting used to it. And now once you're getting used to it, you're getting used to settings that are optimal for doing extremely well. And the evidence for that is that a really good console player uses those settings. Copy all of them. All of them. All of them. What's another thing? That's largely pretty much it. I mean, if you wanted to improve beyond that, I agree with Tanner. Use meta guns. You're never going to do well using shit guns, especially if you're an average player. Especially with skill-based matchmaking, even if you're Nate Gibson, you're not going to do super well using an off-meta gun because he gets skill-based into lobbies where players are as good as he is. So use meta guns if you're trying to push your KD up. And then also just copy. So if you pick your favorite console player as formal, copy all of his settings, apply them immediately. Also, copy his favorite class. So his favorite class is EOD, Ghost, and fucking Amped. Those are your perks now, bitch. Those are your perks only for the next month. You play with only those and you get used to it. What is his M4 setup? What are his 5 attachments? Oh, these are his 5 attachments. Oh, you don't like those? You're not comfortable with those? Don't care. Copy them anyway and get used to it. Figure it out. There's a reason that these really good players make the decisions they make. So copy their entire class, their equipment, their lethals, copy their settings, copy their attachments. And then once you've done that, watch them all the time, pick up on their micro habits, implement them yourself. I guarantee you, you will do far better than you're doing now. 1,000%. And all of those tips apply for PC and console. Because PC is the same thing. Copy Nate Gibson's sensitivity exactly. Oh, I don't like it. Don't care. Do it anyway. You'll get used to it, and then you'll have a good sensitivity that works. And your evidence for that is Nate Gibson's performance. So that's my answer. Sorry, that was kind of long.
You can't entirely say that to copy the pros' loadouts, though, because their loadouts in the pro league are completely different. Like, they have to run 30-round magazines, so that's not always the case. I can tell when a kid did that because they're running around with an Optic gaming jersey and a 30-round mag on Ground War. I'm like, really? Okay.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. You have to be cognizant of the fact, like, if they're scrimming, don't copy those loadouts because they have banned weapons. They have things they're literally not allowed to use, and they optimize so if they have like a search and destroy class and you never play search and destroy, obviously don't copy that. But sometimes Scump plays Ground War. Whatever class he uses for that, if you play Ground War, you can copy that. But not his scrim class necessarily. So good point, Tanner. Go on. Sorry.
The other thing was when you're watching people stream, I guess you can come up with ideas like you're saying, like what Nate does, where he picks up weapons and keeps shooting, but that's not going to make the average player better because their aim isn't going to be any better. Like, you can learn little things, but I really don't think it's going to make you that much better of a player.
I disagree. I mean,
really,
that picking up weapon things, I die a lot reloading because I never thought to just pick up a weapon, as dumb as that sounds. And it sounds dumb to a lot of people listening, but guess what, bitch? 95% of you listening have never thought of that idea either. Because almost no one does it, except the best possible players. So it's like a common sense idea that you never thought to do because you've never seen it done before. That's why I mean you should watch these really good players. And obviously it's true that my aim is not as good as Nate Gibson's, despite the hours of time I've spent watching him. I don't mean that. But everything else that is more easily improvable, you can improve on. Like positioning, little tips and tricks like that. But go on, sorry.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, but that's a fair point. I mean, obviously don't copy a search and destroy scrim custom class if you don't play search and destroy in the CDL. I mean, that is kind of obvious, but it is a good point because some people do that, Tanner, and I've noticed that as well. Yeah, like this guy's running like some weird setup, and he also has like a Huntsman jersey on. It's like, okay, fucking idiot, retard bitch. Yeah. So resub from Young Krim, also known as Toe Dreadme. Hell yeah, dude. That is 10 months. Thank you for the Twitch Prime, Krim. Hi, Raz. I now have 4.5 terabytes of space. What games should I download? Well, you've got about half of the hard drive space for a Modern Warfare patch. So you're all set for half of Season 5. So congratulations, brother. That is a lot of space, though, in all seriousness. Thanks for the resub, dude. I appreciate you. I'm honored, humbled, and, of course, privileged to have you back here, sir. Let's catch up on chat here. Thanks, lads. Yeah, you got it, Pritch. Yeah, Pritch, I would start with all of those tips. I guarantee if you do everything we just said, you'll get better. I promise. I fucking guarantee it. I think the biggest thing is just to watch really good players play, because you'll learn their settings, you'll learn their loadouts, you'll learn their decision making. Sometimes they'll mention it in passing, sometimes they'll explicitly talk about it. You'll learn a lot if you just watch them a lot. So, and emulate it. Just copy them. Copy really good players. You have to learn the rules before you can innovate. The best guitar players know the basics before they get crazy and paint outside the, or color outside the lines. You can learn that way with so many games. That is true, Steel. You can learn that way with every game, I would say. That's how I've gotten better at Call of Duty. That's how I've gotten better at Star Wars: The Old Republic, kind of. That's how I got better at WoW. You just learn things by seeing really the best players in the world, because they do shit you wouldn't even think to do. You know, it's like, oh, I didn't even think of that. That's a good idea, though. And then you try it yourself and it works. Well, lo and behold, maybe that's why they're the best. J God's YouTube has some great content for a newer average player. Absolutely true.
Yeah, he does.
I really like J God's content on YouTube. I don't think he's the best Twitter follow because he's very bitter. Every tweet he makes is calling out some dummy that commented on his YouTube videos. Now, granted, all the YouTube comments he talks about are dumb comments, but come on, dude. You're making millions of dollars a year because your YouTube content is excellent. Don't be bitter about retards commenting on your YouTube. It doesn't matter. They're cunts. You're above that. Be above that. You're a grown man. But J God does have very good content. I strongly encourage you guys subscribe to him on YouTube. Use an aim trainer if you want to improve on PC. I don't think so. I don't think you need to do that. Nate Gibson has never used an aim trainer once in his life, and his aim is better than everyone listening now, live, later on the podcast, or in 100 years. No one will ever listen to this episode who has better aim than Nate Gibson, unless the gaming definition or Syrian listen. And even then, it's like debatable because they're all fucking insane. And he never uses an aim trainer. Syrian doesn't use one either. I think the gaming definition does. I don't think you need to use an aim trainer to improve your aim on PC. If you want to get better at aiming weapons in Call of Duty, I would say the best way to do that is to aim weapons in Call of Duty. I mean, you know, it's kind of a crazy idea, but I don't think it's worth wasting your time using an aim trainer, to be honest. If you want to get better at shooting a gun in Call of Duty, go shoot guns in Call of Duty. And just try and be good with, with that. I think it's a good warm-up exercise, low cap. I agree with you there. It's great for warming up. But for improving your aim in the long run, improving your muscle memory, don't think it's better. Don't think it helps. Can you copy loadouts right after you die? I think you can. Yes, Steel. I believe you can. I believe there's a keybind for it. So now a couple other little things. That is it for the questions. If you submitted a question after that and I didn't get to it, do not fret. The next time we do Q&A, we will get to your question. We do not skip questions unless they're fucking awful. And that's only been done once. Otherwise unprecedented. So I have since gotten the Galil and the Vector max level. I was hoping the Galil was going to be really good. It's not. Here's what I would say on the Galil. It has a little too much recoil to be top tier. If you make a loadout that has an acceptable amount of recoil, like if you want to make the Galil a laser, you absolutely can. But once you've made it a laser, your gun is drawing really slowly, which kind of defeats the purpose. With that said, I think it is easily the best 7.62 in the game, but that doesn't matter. Because it is not the best gun for any purpose, even a very narrow niche purpose. So for example, the P90 is not the best SMG. But It has the highest sprint to fire speed, the fastest sprint to fire speed of any gun in this game. So the P90 is not the best sub, but it fulfills a single niche purpose of being a very good gun to run and gun with because it has the fastest sprint to fire in the game. The Galil has no such niche purpose. It doesn't do anything better than every other gun. So there's really no reason to use it. Tanner, what are your thoughts on the Galil? Also known as the CMXQC Amax.
I like it in multiplayer. I think it does a lot of damage at range, but like you were saying, it has too much recoil, and I know that's not viable in Warzone. I do think maybe if the Grau is nerfed, we may see people using it in Warzone, but there's no reason to now because the Grau is better, the M4 is better, the M13 is even better. But it's a really fun gun to use in multiplayer, so I would suggest doing it in there. I will get it Damascus for sure. Can't say the same for the Vector. But it's a fun gun to use, and it is different. It's cool using a 7.62 gun that's actually decent.
Yeah, 100%.
And not, terrible. So I'm glad they added it to the game, but it's not the best gun in the game. But hey, it's better than them adding it and it being extremely overpowered and them it not being nerfed for 2 months or longer. So
like a Grau. Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
Exactly.
It's nice to have a viable 7.62 option. I agree with that. It's just not top. It's not best in class at anything. That's why I really like the P90 as an example. It is the perfect example of weapon balance done well because it's not the most overpowered SMG, but if you're trying to do one specific thing, it is the best gun for that thing. I think that's great, and I think a lot of guns perform that way in this game, which is why I said I really like the gun balance in this game. It's really well done. Like,
yeah.
There are a lot of guns where it's like, if you're trying to do this one specific thing, there is a gun that is the best for that, but that gun isn't necessarily the best gun in that class in the game. I think that's awesome. Like, the P90 is totally viable. It's a good sub. It is the best sub for running and gunning, but it is not the best SMG overall. That's awesome. I love that. Galil does not occupy any such niche. The Vector is not very good either. It is also not the best in class at any one thing. It doesn't do anything better than any other gun. It felt to me like the time to kill was the fastest of all SMGs at point blank range. That is not true. The MP5 still kills faster. It also reloads slower than the MP5. It has a smaller magazine than the MP5. It has a smaller draw speed than the MP5. It has more recoil than the MP5, and it has less range than the MP5. And it has a slower reload. I don't know if I mentioned that. So the Vector is worse than the MP5 in literally every single conceivable category. So why would you use the Vector? So the Vector is fun to use. It's very good. It has a very fast time to kill up close. But it is better. It is worse than the MP5 by every conceivable metric. So I don't know why it's in the game in its current state. What are your thoughts on the Vector, Tanner?
You put it perfectly. It needs a larger magazine capacity. It needs 50 rounds. 60 would probably be even better. But more importantly, honestly, it's just the MP5 needs to be nerfed. The MP5 is way overpowered. And it has been like that for a long time, and they're never going to nerf it. So, I hate the Vector, to be honest. Like you're saying, dude, it's bad at everything. It reloads slower than the MP5. It blows through the magazine in fucking no time, and then it takes 2 seconds to reload the damn thing, even with sleight of hand. So, it's not fun, dude. I was really excited for it. I know a lot of people were, so I think both of these weapons somewhat of a letdown. But again, at least they're not adding them in and they're overpowered as hell. That would have been even worse, you know. If I was getting lasered,
for sure.
Yeah. The Vector needs more though. Like that's what
the Vector needs more, or the MP5 needs to be nerfed. I lean more toward the second. I think the Vector should be the best gun. I think the Vector should have the fastest time to kill inside 5 meters, So I think you just need to nerf the MP5's sub 7.5 meter damage or time to kill. And then every sub is balanced, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't have any recoil, so it's got that going for it. So you can kill at range, but it's just you blow through the bullets so quickly. If
And
you
the
miss
bullet
any
velocity is
shots,
terrible. So
yeah, we forgot about that. It does. Until you get that barrel, you have to lead people. I'm not kidding. When they're 20 feet away, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like using a airsoft gun.
Yeah. 100%. I really thought the Vector was going to be overpowered because of its fire rate. That's just not the case, though, sadly. It just doesn't do enough damage. But I don't think it needs to be buffed. I just think the MP5 needs to be nerfed. And I think the ground needs to be nerfed. And then all of a sudden, we have a really exciting gun meta if they nerf them sufficiently and not too hard. The way they nerfed the M4, there's another thing this game has done really well is nerfs. They have not over-nerfed anything ever. They've appropriately nerfed or under-nerfed everything, and that is exactly how you should balance guns. So they nerfed the M4 and it was still the best gun in the game. That's fine. That's the way to do it. Because then they just nerfed it again. And then it was still the best gun in the game. That's fine. Nerf it again. Slightly, small little nerfs until it's stepped back just enough to be balanced. And now look at the M4. It's still a great gun. It's just not overpowered anymore. Perfect. So this game has done that really well, to give credit where it is due. So I just think the MP5 needs to be nerfed slightly, and the ground needs to be nerfed more than slightly. And then the Galil and the Vector have a place in the meta. Though if I really wanted to reach and say the Vector could be better than the MP5 at something, because it has a higher fire rate, it causes more flinch than the MP5. Maybe that's it. That's it though. And that's reaching, dude. That's reaching. Now I have really broad shoulders and an insanely tapered waist, right? So I can reach pretty far, but even that for me is a far reach, dude. I dropped my phone. That was the wrong sound, by the way. Play the horn sound. You stupid bitch. Okay, well my phone has disappeared into the ether, so
Yeah,
that's fine. What else do we have here? Oh, Promenade, the new ground war map. We've played it more now. So Tanner, what are your thoughts on Promenade?
it's so bad that it's so fun to play. This is what you guys got to do. You run. What is that for? What the hell was that for, bitch?
It's not fun to play.
It is. Low Cap and I love that map. You were having fun. You just... Okay, I'm sorry. I get it. You got like 6 kills that one match that we got 40 plus. So I understand. You weren't having a great time.
I was leveling my Galil. It was level 2.
Guys,
Suck my dick.
guys, listen. Low Cap, if you're in the chat, you need to back me up on this. Razinon ended the game with...
Show me the
Razinon
documents.
ended...
No. Because you'd be in jail.
Razinon ended the game with 6 kills, and he was complaining for half the game that he was out of ammo. Like, really? Really?
Fake news.
What a fucking idiot.
Fake news.
You are fake news.
Okay. Anyway, Promenade.
Wrong. Anyways, run kill chain, precision airstrike, VTOL, and White Foss. Or precision White Foss gunship would be fun too. I haven't tried that, but it'd be fantastic. The White Foss will give you actually 10 kills every single time you drop it on the first drop alone. Then once it's on the ground and the White Foss is burning everybody to absolutely nothing, you'll get probably another 6 to 8 kills. So it's fantastic. It's extremely fun. But like I said, once you cap a flag, you don't cap it back. I swear to God. You can't. If the enemy takes your flag, if they're pushing you and they take your B flag, you are never getting that back. You only have to fight a A from then on. So a lot of close quarter action. It's good for leveling guns, I guess. But yeah, like I said, it's so bad that it's a fun map to play.
It's not good for anything.
It's so fun. It's good for mounted kills. It's good for mounted kills.
Okay.
It's good for long shots, for sniping.
Touche. Okay. Yeah, well, it's good for that. It's also good for launcher kills.
Bitch.
It's good for launcher kills. Because the map is literally 3 meters wide So you can just put a Joker anywhere and you'll get 8 kills. So yeah, precision airstrike is a must because I got a precision airstrike on this map and I used it and I got a 7x multi-kill with a precision airstrike. That has never happened to me ever. The most I've gotten before that was probably 4. 7. That's because the map is, again, 3 meters wide. So you put a precision somewhere and it just precisions the whole fucking map. And everyone dies. Just everyone dies. It comes like this. Sorry, my shoulders are too wide, so I'm out of frame, but I'm just going to simulate it here. Woo! The whole map's dead. So keep that in mind. Also, Scrapyard is pretty good. I like it. It's one of the very few remakes that actually plays pretty well in this game. Not great, not as well as the original Scrapyard, I think, but by and large, it plays pretty well. And I think the reason for that is that it's so flat. There's only two-story buildings, and they're at opposite ends of the map, so you don't have to check 80 million fucking buildings like you're on Grozny Raid when you're moving around the map. So I think Scrapyard plays pretty well. How do you like it?
It's okay. There's a lot of people camp at the end. That ruins it for me. I feel like it's gotten better since when I was playing it yesterday compared to how people were playing the first day the map came out. And I think that's actually a thing in this game. Like when the map comes out, it's awful for a certain period of time, and then people start playing it differently and it becomes more bearable. Because remember how much like we didn't like Crash when it first came out? Even Rust has gotten better. I think play styles change slightly and it makes the map change or map play a little bit better. So
yeah.
I still hate the dumb burning fucking truck that puts out so black smoke that you can't like why?
Yeah.
Why?
Agreed.
Just blocks that whole lane over there. So
agreed. Yeah, I think all the problems with people camping and shit on Scrapyard is the game's fault. It's not the map's fault. I think this map just plays pretty well in this game. It plays better than most of the remakes they've added. Plays way better than Crash, for example. Crash has too many buildings, and because the mini-map doesn't work, the visibility is trash, and sprint out time is terrible. Crash actually doesn't play well in this game. Even though Crash is an excellent map, it just can't work in this game. Scrapyard doesn't have that problem, in my opinion. Also, I changed my FOV back to 120, PC Master Race, and I'm using independent ADS behavior, which means my field of view gets really collapsed as if I'm on a console when I'm ADS'd. Makes it very easy to aim. And I'm actually really enjoying it. For those of you who are on PC, you might want to consider trying this. I learned that this might be good from the gaming definition. He's one guy I watch. This is exactly what I mean, by the way, by watching really good players. One of the really good players I watch is the gaming definition. He's the only PC player I've seen that uses independent instead of relative ADS, which collapses your field of view when you're aiming down the sights. And he's fucking insane. So I thought maybe this is a good idea because then I can crank up my FOV, but I'll still have it collapsed enough to make it pretty easy to aim when I'm ADS'd, which is when I'm trying to land shots anyway. I've been trying that briefly and I'm enjoying it so far, and I'm anxious to try it again tonight. We will be doing some Warzone over at Tanner Dropshot soon, by the way. So. Also, we accidentally kicked everyone from the Dropshot regiment in game. So, for those of you who were never in the regiment, if you want to join the regiment, anyone can join. Just ask me and I'll invite you. And if you got kicked, I'm sorry. Literally everyone got kicked. It was an accident. So if you want back in, it was not a personal attack. We didn't kick you because we don't like you. Nothing like that. Literally everyone got kicked. It was an administrative error. So don't take it personally. And if you want back in, just let me know and I'll invite you back. It was just a mistake. Me, Tanner, Big Vanilla 92, or Nicomas can invite you to the regiment. So message any of us while we're in game and we'll invite you on the spot. Don't tell me in Discord because I'm not going to remember. I can't invite you to the regiment from Discord, right? So don't tell me in Discord because I'm not going to remember and then you're going to be mad I didn't invite you. So don't tell me in Discord. Wait till I'm in game and then message me in game and then I'll invite you right there. Because if you tell me in Discord, won't remember. And again, me, Tanner, Ben, Big Vanilla 92, or Nicomas. We can all invite you. And then lastly, I have some new emotes in the works. So some of you were clamoring for new. Go for it. For new emotes. So we will have those ready to go. I'm gonna have to get rid of some of the 5 emotes I currently have. To make space for the new ones, but you guys are going to like the new ones. I'm not going to give up the surprise yet, but when they go live, I guarantee you guys will like all of them. They're fire new emotes, and they're very applicable. What's it called? They're very applicable to this small but vibrant and extremely humble podcasting community. So, let's see. What are your guys' thoughts on the Uzi and its special attachments from Andrew Davis? They're very good, and they're the only way to make the Uzi viable. The Uzi long barrel, that one of its special attachments is insanely good. You definitely have to use it. And also the AE rounds or whatever the fuck, like 40 AE rounds or something. That is what makes the Uzi a really good SMG. So I think they're all great, and you should use all of them, Andrew. Good question. You're loving Scrapyard, says Jake. I also had fun on the last 2 24/7 maps. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Scrapyard is a good port. It plays pretty well in this game, which is nice. Hardcore Scrapyard plays horrible, but Core Scrapyard is good. Interesting. Trench is great. The bunker is a nice surprise. I kind of like Trench. I liked it in its playlist for the 3v3, but I haven't played Trench in Gunfight, which is what the map is. It's a gunfight map. I feel like it's awful in Gunfight, but in 3v3 at least I've been having fun with it. It's very reminiscent of a particular World War II map that I do not know the name of. I played a game with Raz, and all of a sudden I'm out of the regiment. Unreal. Okay, gift curse. It was an accident, bro. Like I said, it wasn't personal to anyone who got kicked. We will invite you back. Just message us. I'll wait till I'm a bit better before I ask in the gang. Doesn't matter, Jake. It's just a regiment tag. It's nothing. It's not serious or anything. If you just want to be in the community in game, just let us know. We don't do fucking scrims, regiment scrims or anything. It's not serious, so it's just if you want to. You don't have to join, obviously, but if you want to rep the pod, you can join the regiment, change your little tag to Dropshot, and then fucking bang it out. And fuck kids in their ass. No Epstein. Tanner's face emote? Yeah, you're going to have to ask Tanner for that one. We do have some Tanner's face emotes, though. There's one. There's another. And then there's the Tanner Clink, which is an excellent emote.
What's going on?
What's going on, dude? When's my happy hour? That's a good question. 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Pacific time is our happy hour. By the way, experience doesn't matter in this game because we're all 55 by now. So experience doesn't matter. So my happy hour doesn't matter. Another problem with Infinity Ward games, actually not really. Another problem with this game specifically is that there's no prestige system, which is a disaster. So we're going to go play some Warzone now. We're going to raid Tanner, so stay the fuck in the channel. I hope everyone had an excellent evening, an excellent time. A lot of fucking support today, so thank all of you for the support. It is very much appreciated. Of course, please remember, follow me on Twitter, follow Tanner on his socials, and of course, join the fucking Discord. And make sure you link your Twitch account to your Discord account in the Discord settings, especially if you're a tier 2 or tier 3 sub. Thank you all very much for watching. Submit your other Q&A questions in the Discord. Have an excellent evening, and as always, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.